Hello, guys. Welcome to the FPL Manual Podcast show with your beautiful host, the FPL Manual. My name is Adiwale. It's nice to have you guys back here. Last week I was unavoidably absent due to a very serious illness. I've not been treating malaria for a while, and it finally caught up with me. And I was diagnosed with malaria and typhoid. But most of you that are here already know because I posted that on Twitter last week. So that hampered my preparation for game week 11, and I was absent for that. However, I am fully back here for the second leg of game week 12 or match day 12. In the last game week, we witnessed some beautiful results. Bayern and Real Madrid had to settle for a draw where Vinicius got a brace. Harry Kane got on the score sheet as well as Leroy Sané. While on Wednesday last week, that was the first or so, yes, first of the month. What is his name? Leroy Sané. I'm sorry, Dortmund's striker Flukung or so got the winner for Dortmund in a 1-0 win against PSG. Matthäus, man of the match there for that game. So we're here back again to talk about match day 12, Champions League fantasy, and what to expect going to the game week. So I will try my best as possible to keep up with time because I want to have a good night rest. It's a beautiful Sunday here. Sunday is still 10:35 Nigerian time. So I need to rest, wake up, edit this later, and post on all the platforms, podcasts for the Spotify and so on and so forth. So I will set up my timer here, real time, to show you guys that I want to actually do a proper walk today and use, let's say, less than 20 minutes. Let's say I have like 90 minutes or so counting down. So let's say like roughly 20 minutes and we are out of here. So let's get this. Let's start with results from last week. I've already done last week top players. So let's look at our results from last week as a team. So looking at my team, I made 5 changes last week. Five changes. I brought in who again? I brought in Kylian Mbappe. I brought in Kimmich. I brought in Lunin, Real Madrid goalkeeper. I brought in Matthäus and Leroy Sané. And I was able to get immediate returns from most of these players. Leroy Sané got on the score sheet. I think Holmes became man of the match as well for Dortmund and also finished with a clean sheet. So there was only one clean sheet in the game. And Dortmund players were the ones that helped me get a clean sheet. Musaya did well as well, got kind of penalty assist. Harry Kane got on the score sheet, and I kept it on him. I was not feeling too well. I didn't feel like experimenting. And yeah, a total of 65 points, taking our rank to the top 5K. We're back in the top 5K. Top 5K, baby. Top 5K, baby. Top 5K, that is 4,940. That's my rank right now. So let's see if we can better that going forward. However, let's look at the next set of games approaching this midweek. We have on Tuesday, Paris Saint-Germain will welcome Dortmund, and in France, come and face them at home. Kylian Mbappe will be ready to get on the score sheet again. Real Madrid at home to Bayern, winning their 25th or so La Liga. I think that was 25th title or so in like 12 years or something. So they are going to be facing Bayern. Bayern had a very good first leg, but it was deterred by a particular player, Kim Min-jae, who caused the penalty at the end, giving Vinicius a brace. So let's see. We'll be looking a little bit on statistics on head-to-head basis. So I'm looking a lot on head-to-head basis. Head-to-head statistics for each of these teams. That will give us a little bit of a rendezvous on what to expect in these ties. We look at a little bit of stats. We look at a little bit of I don't want to say differentials. I'll write on differentials later. We look on much on that, but for now, let me start with injury updates. Straight to the music of it all. I'm starting with injury updates. I didn't want to start there, but just feels like a place we need to touch on immediately before I bore many of you listening to me later. So for injuries off the top of my head, Lucas Hernandez got injured after the first leg game to Dortmund, and is set to be out for the rest of the season, even possibly missing out of the Euros. Yes, Euros 2024 coming. So let me just quickly look on that. That's for PSG. PSG, we have Luca Hernandez is out for the second leg and he could miss Euros. He's due to undergo an MRI scan later due to the nature of his injury. So another update later came where we saw Lucas Hernandez on the hospital bed after his successful surgery. So PSG are missing out on Lucas Hernandez for this game. So that's for PSG. For Dortmund, Sebastian Haller will be able to travel to PSG. However, it will be decided later if he's going to play or not. Karim Adeyemi's involvement is said to be in no danger, so he's going to probably be available. For Dortmund, no much news on Dortmund except those two. Matt Hummels might be open to leaving at the end of the season. Marcus Rose have announced his intention to leave the club at the end of the season, departing the beautiful club Dortmund, the black and yellow boys, after having like about 12 years in run with them. Wonderful player he was. Injuries. Real Madrid, no injuries. Everybody's available in training as at the weekend, and David Alaba is the only player that is expected to be out. So that is it for injuries. And for Dortmund, okay, Bayern injuries, we have Matis Delete, who missed the first leg, is available in training, so he's probably going to start. Musalia, who also missed out the weekend game, was seen in training today for Bayern, and is available. However, the player that will be out for Bayern is Rafael Guerrero has sustained a ligament and capsule injury in his ankle and will be sidelined for the coming game. So it is looking like he's out. Thomas Tuchel said that he's not feeling well. He was currently working on crutches and is probably out for Real Madrid's game. So that's what the manager said. So just to put you guys up to date with injuries. So I'm talking about Bayern injuries, Real Madrid injuries, PSG injuries, and Dortmund. So those are really 4 teams there. So now that we're done with injuries, let's go to the head-to-head stats. Now I'm going to be comparing live on my screen here. Head-to-head history up to date to now. PSG versus Dortmund. Let's start with Paris Saint-Germain. Since they have the first game on Tuesday, we'll start with Paris Saint-Germain. My network is quite slow, but you will not deter me today. Paris Saint-Germain versus Dortmund. Now, Paris Saint-Germain versus Dortmund is very interesting time because they have been facing off right from the group stages from this season, and Dortmund seem to have a little bit of an edge over them so far. So let's look at the head-to-head and compare to see who has the major ability to go forward. Now, PSG at home is clearly going to help them push forward for like a possible win. However, there are some 9 stats I would like to bring out in terms of clean sheet probability, odds, in terms of top goal scorers for the team, and so on and so forth. So let's start from the head-to-head. So on the head-to-head, in the last 5 games, it is 2 wins for Dortmund, 2 wins for PSG, and just 1 draw in between both teams. 6 goals scored for PSG, 4 goals scored for Dortmund, and recent results. PSG won last time at home in 2019 season, 2-0, while Dortmund won 2-1, and recently Dortmund won 1-0 at home. So it's going to be interesting time. I think PSG are favorites here. However, in terms of our fantasy teams, I'm looking for who are the options to transfer in. Options to transfer in is most likely Kylian Mbappe. Obviously, almost everyone has him by now. He's about 60% owned, if not more. And okay, he's not even up to 60%. Okay, 45% owned. So I'll say PSG players to consider. I think I like this Vitolo guy. He has been accumulating a lot of passes recently, getting involved in a lot of shots. Actually played quite well in the game against PSG. I think Hakimi also got a few shots also as well. Unlucky to score as his shot struck the woodwork at a point in the game. So players to consider, I will go with Dembele, Kylian Mbappe, just to add, who is already there. Hakimi, in case you have extra money for a defender, although I'm not really gunning for a defender, thanks to the nature of the how the knockout games are, we don't really have a lot of clean sheet odds that are favoring this top side. So I would say Hakimi, Dembele. Is Emery still a good option? However, he has not really been giving us a lot of good attacking returns, so I will kind of exempt him for now, and maybe just consider Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal, just in case you are looking for a keeper that will start the first game. He is much more favorite to be involved in the clean sheets for that day. Yeah. So, what else for Dortmund itself? I mean, Jadon Sancho was electrifying. Was just electrifying last time out, and I'm just going to quickly check for that on my Twitter page. I think I have a section for that. Okay, let me go to my list. Champions League. Okay, no, it's not here. Yeah, bookmark posts. Champions League updates. So for I think what's his name now? Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho completed 13 dribbles against PSG in the last game. Unfortunately, to not have any attacking return for FPL, but he was still. I'm still surprised he didn't get the man of the match award. I mean, Holmes did well, but I was thinking like based on how Jadon Sancho was electrifying that last game out, it was looking like he was the one that would win the award, but he did not win it. So it's one to watch out for Dortmund. Is definitely going to start and going to help their cause going forward. What is his price though? What is his price? What is Jadon Sancho's price? What is he priced at? It would be nice to know what his current price is. Let me go to Dortmund, midfield, Dortmund, and Jadon Sancho. He's priced at 7.1. So with 4% or so ownership. It looks like a decent differential to have. Just unfortunate to not get more than 4 points last time out. Let's see if it helps his team do better um in against this difficult tie in France. I think Dortmund will be able to be more pushed. They can get to the finals thanks to their legend Marcus Royce announced his retirement, or sorry, his departure of the club, and they would want to probably give him that big win to help them win it in Wembley. So, I mean, they are really, really, really pumped up to do it at Wembley. So, Jadon Sancho is one option I'm considering, at least for someone like Benaltiva on my team, who is roughly much more expensive than him. So, yeah. So, Jadon Sancho, Vitolo, Donnarumma, and Hakimi, Dembele, those are players I'm looking forward to having this game. Then the next head to head, I plan not to waste too much time. I have a timer here, 7 minutes. Yikes! Let me see if I can rush this. So the next game is Dortmund Bayern. Okay, Bayern versus Real Madrid, or Real Madrid Bayern rather, Real Madrid Bayern. So I think this particular game, I'm supposed to have this stats ready somewhere. Particular game, I think has the highest amount of draws or so. I bookmarked this stats last week. Now I bookmarked it. Yeah, that game against Bayern. Real Madrid don't have a lot of wins though against Bayern in recent games. I think about the last 5 games, but overall head to head, we have 11 wins for Bayern, 12 wins for Real Madrid, 4 draws apart for both teams. So you can see is quite tight among both teams. Anyone can still win it. Real Madrid have the home advantage and the Champions League experience. However, Bayern will still want to probably push for a chance to get to the final. This is the only chance they can actually win the silverware this season, and this tie is going to be quite important. Real Madrid at home, resting their key players who were not involved in the weekend game, still helping them win against Almeria and win the title. It's very interesting to see how major boys will do well. For Real Madrid, players to consider besides your Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Junior is just maybe Cavaya in defense, and who is back from suspension from the last game. And I don't know if Courtois will start the game, but it's looking like he's fit and available after he started the last game against Almeria in the weekend. Will he start? I doubt. Lunin has done a better job over the course of the group stages down to the knockout stages. So probably he will get the main glove at least to the end of season for the Champions League competition. And yeah, so that is that. Many players are back from injury. That would help Real Madrid cause facing this game. Many of the Arsenal of the key players who they have been missing are back, so it will help them against Bayern, who are missing out on Guerrero, who is now out injured. I will need to take care of Guerrero, who I have in my team. So I believe I've covered a little bit on head to head. I have less than 5 minutes to end this. I want to sleep early on time, so I will do my best to end this as soon as possible. But I feel like I'm missing out on something. Injuries covered, last team's results, and last week performance covered. Yeah, so let's look at the last 5 minutes. Let's look at our teams and stay tuned for more. I will give you more updates on differentials and some other tips you need to know. But just let me just segue to the tips just a little bit to the tips. So we have only two clean sheets so far in between the last two match days. So match day 10, where the round of 16 was finishing, sorry, quarterfinals. I think there was only one clean sheet from Bayern. Match the 11 now, there was only one clean sheet from Dortmund. So do not really emphasize on getting clean sheet players and getting defenders for clean sheet. You should just get them for attacking returns though. But if you're looking for a clean sheet, you can bargain more on PSG at home. It could favor them. We have some clean sheet odds here from UCL Bekulis. I think the highest odds I saw was 33% for which team now? 33% or so I saw for a particular team. I can't remember the team. Let me quickly scroll up. Yeah, so we're not going to have a lot of clean sheet odds. We're not going to have a lot of clean sheets. So please don't emphasize too much on clean sheets. Then getting Mbappe, he's kind of the main man for PSG. He has a lot of goals for them at home in the knockout stages. I think I just scrolled past it now. I think about 35 goals or so in the knockout stages or the entire competition. He has a lot of goals for PSG, and he's a key factor to how they finish in the final also this year. So it's quite important to have Mbappe as a good captain option. He's best captain for Tuesday game, hands down. There may be Harry Kane or Vinicius on Wednesday. So Kylian Mbappe is a good captain option. Now down to my team. I have how many minutes left? Okay. Down to my team. I have a few minutes left. We have three transfers this week. Just three transfers. And I have roughly 5 players out if you include Guerrero's injury. Guerrero is out, so 5 players, and I'm not sure who to bring in. However, I have a lot of Bayern players. I have a lot of Real Madrid players. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have about 8 players from just the Bayern Real Madrid game alone. So I feel like I need more players from the PSG and Dortmund game since they have the first fixture. So looking at my team, I can't make all 5 changes. So I have to make only 3 changes. So Bernardo Silva will go out. One of these, you'll say Jimenez or Guerrero. Probably Guerrero will go out. One of the two will go out. Then I need a goalkeeper. I'll keep Kubasi because it's like 4 million. It's like 4.1 million. I have 2 minutes left. So I'll keep Kubasi because it's like 4.1 million. And Guerrero, I think Guerrero will have to go. I don't know, one of the two will have to go. So potential people I'm bringing in, as I said, I'm focusing on players from just the Dortmund and the what they call it, the PSG game. So for Dortmund, I think Jadon Sancho has earned a spot. So Jadon Sancho will make that fifth spot in the midfield. In defense, I'm not really a fan of bringing defenders this week. I've already mentioned that the odds are not really in your favor. However, maybe home advantage could just help PSG. Maybe home advantage could help PSG. So let's see if we can squeeze in maybe Hakimi in there. Then in defense, I'll just get a Dortmund goalie and put in Kobel. Kobel is priced at 5.5 million. So this is what my borrowing moves will be. So this is what my borrowing moves will be. I think this is what's looking like on paper. So I just have to bring in more of Dortmund players, more of PSG players to serenade my team, and I feel this is good to go. I have a well-rounded team. Um, Probably Guerrero will make way for Hakimi because I don't want to keep an injured player in my bench. He didn't start the last game, so probably Guerrero will make way instead. So, anyways, this is what my team looks like. I spent 20 minutes as I claimed I would, and I'm going to end this right now. So, if you have any questions, I'm going to be posting more on injury updates as a thread on Twitter. So, follow me on the FPL Manual on Twitter. And if you have any questions concerning your team, want me to answer, reach me on Twitter, Instagram at the same handle, FPL Manual. And I'll be there to answer your questions. For now, have a beautiful match day 12, and may your arrows be green. I wish you the best of luck. Bye for now. Ciao.